The past is history, the future is a mystery, but today there's a sea monster circling our boat, and that's okay. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Gaming. I'm Chris Chappell. There's something beautiful about the image of a small fishing dinghy floating along in the open waters, the calm surface of the water reflecting the blue sky, the seagulls cawing in the distance as the sun sits high, the smell of salt water on the wind. Life has moments like this, moments of stillness and peace, where it's easy to forget the problems of the world. However, as the developers at Black Salt Games reminded us, with the release of Dredge on March 30th, 2023, you'll also find yourself in moments of darkness, where the sea monsters of life attack, and you're reminded how small you really are. Dredge, at first glance, is a fishing simulator. You explore the open ocean while finding rare and exotic fish to sell to upgrade your janky little boat. But something is making the fish look weird. The villagers are acting strange, and at night, you can see monsters in the mist. Not everything is as it seems, and if you stay out fishing too long, you may just never come back to port. In the words of cosmic horror's founder, H.P. Lovecraft, we live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. Much like life, you have the option of choosing how deeply you want to look into the mystery surrounding you. The story of Dredge is told through bottled messages that you find floating around the world, and you can very well just pass them by if you so choose, opting out of discovering the dark truths of the world, and instead choosing to just be a simple fisherman, being home before dark and working hard to pay off your debt. That being said, choosing ignorance may have unintended consequences down the line. If you take it from someone who may possibly be smarter than you, Albert Einstein believed the world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. By choosing to keep our heads down and not trying to face up to the challenges of life, we are ultimately becoming part of the problem. In the same way that many of the denizens of Dredge come off as insane and strange, are we really so much better if we don't acknowledge that something is wrong and that something must be done? In the same way that we walk past the homeless and let the banks do what they want, facing up to the challenges of figuring out why this fish has 3 eyes may just be something we feel is above our pay grade. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. And maybe we just don't want to know. Our lives are hard enough. We hit a rock yesterday and we need to patch up the ship. A crow stole our mackerel, and we don't want to spend our time worrying about the greater concerns of the world. No one would blame you for feeling that way. In fact, that differentiation between what we are able to do with our minuscule existence and what we are not able to even comprehend is the basis for cosmic horror as a genre. H.P. Lovecraft knew the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. No one would blame you for choosing to look down in the face of cosmic entities and world-destroying evils. But even if you choose to not go full QAnon on collecting these bottles, Einstein would probably still advise the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. Maybe you don't have to collect all the bottles. Maybe just pick up the ones that come across your way. Discovering enough of the truth may lead you to do things that unintentionally alter the course of history and save the world from a dark god. All of this to say that we should have courage. It may feel like the world no longer makes sense. Why is Robert Kiyosaki saying debt is money nowadays? Why is medicine in the US more expensive than every other developed country? How are politicians getting rich if there are limits on campaign donations? How can you still call it a dollar menu if you raise all the prices? But we can't fall into despair. Even if maybe H.P. Lovecraft has a point, viewing the world as a dark place filled with endless horror, we must be courageous and try to light the dark, or else those who did so before us, like Albert Einstein, will have done it all for nothing. Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyways, and see it through no matter what. Harper Lee to Kill a Mockingbird. Even if you're just a little tugboat, doing something as minuscule as staying informed, you are slowly helping us all move forward. Scavenging an artifact of wisdom today could lead to great outcomes tomorrow. We must be brave in the challenges we face today as a society and not give in to despair, even if there are many reasons to do so. Nor can we choose to be complacent and go about our day pretending that it's perfectly normal for fish to have 3 eyes. Instead, some of the smartest people we know would probably urge us to struggle, look for the truth, and regardless of what happens, hope for a better tomorrow. Thank you for watching Deep Thoughts While Gaming. And remember, if you can see the monsters, they can see you. And if you don't want to go mad from cosmic horrors beyond human comprehension, hit that join button. You'll be rewarded with exclusive emojis, a Discord server, live streams, videos, and a world ordered by the greatness of humanity fighting against the old ones. And check out this video about facing the horrors of a zombie apocalypse with stoicism.